$73,000. That's how much a patient was quoted for all-on-4 surgery here in Dallas-Fort Worth at another dental office. In this video, I have a consultation with the patient, and he goes over details on how he was charged that $73,000 and how he was supposed to be going between his surgeon's office and his general dentist's office. I also go over details on why I don't think that this is the best solution for him to be getting his all-on-4 done at multiple offices. Also, stay tuned for the very end, because if you've ever had questions about whether you should save your teeth or do an all-on-4, our prosthodontist takes a look in our patient's mouth and tells them the exact logic as to why she thinks that the all-on-4 might be better versus trying to save his lower teeth. So stay tuned.
But Dr. Troy, very nice meeting you.
Dr. Koo, nice to meet you, sir. All right. Nice to meet you too.
Alrighty. So where do you live?
Alan.
Oh, Alan? Okay, you're pretty close. All right, awesome. Okay, so Rodney was basically telling us that you were basically ready to go with all-on-4 surgery.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, cool. And then, so they just told you at the last second. Was that at the exam, or when did they let you know?
No, it was way after the exam. So oral and surgery.
Okay.
Got everything, had the loans lined up.
Okay.
Was about to put the rest on my American Express, and they're like, you need to go see the doctor before the surgery or the dentist. And then I got in the dentist's office, and he's like, oh yeah, my portion's $28K.
Okay.
And so I'm like, time out. Let me do some research.
So that was $28K on top of what you had to pay the oral surgeon. So what was the fee for the oral surgeon then?
45.
Oh, okay. 45 just for the actual surgery. Okay, got it. All right, got it. So you're surprised by that. How did you find them, by the way?
So it's a long story. My ex-fiance, we were going to go down to Austin.
Okay.
To Nunnally and Brooks, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And then once we separated, I'm like,
okay,
gonna keep it local.
Right.
And the dentist that had done my pano for them said, hey, we've got a local guy.
Okay.
And so that's how I ended up at Stonebriar.
Oh, got it.
So I just went into the general dentist just for a pano.
Oh.
And then.
So then you still use that guy. Then you saw the oral surgeon. You got quoted. You thought that was everything.
Yep.
And then.
That was the impression they gave.
Okay, got it. And then the oral surgeon told you then that you had to go back to that general dentist for some records. Yep. And then they told you about the additional costs.
Yep.
Okay, cool. Well, good news is everything is all done under one roof, all comprehensively. So we'll take care of everything for you. Well, actually, so, I mean, if you're basically ready to go, then what questions?
I mean, you can look. I don't know that there's any other alternative treatment outside of that.
Right. Okay. I actually did look at your x-rays in the other room already, though. I did look at your 3D scan. I think the biggest things that I see is that you do have some pretty significant infections. You've already probably been told about that within your bone. We're just going to work around that, though. So, yeah, that's like, you do have some pretty significant infections. So, I mean, really what it comes down to is like, you always have, other options too. You can always do like treat everything individually. So what is the main thing that you're looking for?
Well, the upper 100% all-on-4.
Okay.
The lower was the only question because, so I had a dentist back in the early 2000s because of my overbite, and I do want to keep my overbite because otherwise my jaw is going to be jacked. Okay. I think. Those teeth, he shaved them down.
Yep. See a lot of wear there. Yep.
Yeah. And he shaved them down specifically because of my overbite.
Okay.
And then this is crown and it's oversized.
Yep.
So Monarch didn't even take time to like figure out. I had a crown on there, it fell out, put on a new one, and it's too big. Okay. And so we'll just take that into account whenever because it sticks out.
Can you do me a favor and bite down and smell? Okay, there we go. So, yeah. Yeah, face off. I mean, like, so we have several urgent needs, right? Like, you got that's got to go, that's got to go, that's got to go because you have like very significant infections.
Yep.
Could you get away with just doing the upper arch? Yeah, absolutely. Would it be an idealized bite? No, it wouldn't be. But as long as you're willing to live with that, then.
Well, my opinion was I was probably going to do both. I just didn't know your opinion whether there was a lesser treatment that would make sense on the bottom. Because in my mind, I mean, there may be a few teeth to salvage, but then you're going to have to do bridges and other things.
You definitely do have some teeth that are salvageable. What you can always do is like, what I would do, what recommend for you is like, we can have our doctors, like, we just do surgeries. So we could get some x-rays taken and give you an exam that if you wanted to take care of some things and maybe you need a few more crowns, maybe you need an implant over here, right? Second molars, I wouldn't worry about replacing those, so you could just save some money with that too. So you can totally go through that option. If it were in my mouth, I would probably try to save my lowers. That would be me personally. But if you are just like, I'm done with it and I got like other fillings and crowns that I need to do on top of that implant.
Yeah, because there's multiple crowns that are missing on the bottom.
Yeah. I would, I would investigate it at least. You don't have to, but I would at least investigate it.
Okay. Well, let's go ahead and get the quote on all-on-4s on both arches.
Okay, let's do that. And then also let's get some x-rays, FMX on him. So, and also like we always get like a full like series of x-rays. And then, one of our doctors can give you and then the other thing too is like, it's not all or nothing, right? I mean, if you got some teeth that need some fillings and crowns and you can be less invasive with it and try to save them. I think one of the biggest things that you're going to notice is definitely aesthetically, there's going to be a difference, obviously, because you have perfect teeth up in the future and then you're not going to have that on the lower. They are lower teeth. You can't really tell that much though. So everybody's different.
No, I mean, the money piece isn't a concern. I was just more, I don't know if there's any advantages to keeping the healthy teeth that are still down there.
Yeah.
But there's a lot of problems down there too.
Yeah. So the other thing that I love to say is that our prosthodontists, because they're going to be your best specialists in regards to like analyzing your bite. So what we could do is we can get her to pop in this room and then you could talk to her and she'll kind of give you like what she thinks is the best option for you. Yeah. I mean, again, like my perspective is if it was my mouth and if the bite is going to be okay, then I would try to save your lower teeth. But, again, you can hear all your options.
Okay.
But she might come in, again, she's a bite specialist, so she might come in and be like, yeah, we would ideally love to try to save your teeth, but based off what I see, maybe you need to go to all-on-4. So she's way more of an expert in that than
okay.
So,
okay.
What questions do you have about anything?
That's it. I mean, that was my only real question because we didn't really talk about that at Stonebriar.
Okay.
So, that was it.
Yep. Alrighty. And
other than blood pressure medication.
Okay, awesome. All right, so I think the most important thing is we'll have her talk to Dr. Kukusaki, our prosthodontist. Okay.
Yep.
All right, well, very nice meeting.
All right, thank you.
Yep. How'd you find us, by the way?
What?
How'd you find us, by the way?
I did a lot of research online after I got hit with that bill. I'm like, let me do some research. So, yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I was trying to stay somewhere close. I mean, we might do the actual surgery in Plano because I didn't realize it was this far north.
Yeah.
I'm in Allen. My sister's in Plano. Once I do the extraction, she'll be there to take me. So the Plano office is probably easier for me.
Wait a second. So we're going to do everything in one day, right? The extraction, implants, and teeth. Okay. Right. How
many hours is that?
You'll be here basically all day. Yeah. The actual surgery will probably be about like 3 hours.
Okay.
But, the rest of the day is about getting the records, making the teeth in the 3D printer, getting all the digital software, doing all that stuff.
Okay.
Yeah. What was the plan with them in regards to like, was that dentist going to go to the oral surgeon office that day, or did they elaborate?
I didn't even get that far. They just told me the surgery would be about 3 hours.
Okay.
They'd have a set of temporary teeth. Then I'd be released, but I needed someone to drive me.
Okay.
And then they were saying the perms would be put on in probably 3 to 4 months.
I suspect I know what was going to happen. How many months?
3 to 4.
That's still pretty soon. So basically what they'll do is at the surgeon's office, they'll have a lab there. They'll get you in the temporary teeth.
Oh.
And then, like the general dentist would have taken care of like some other parts like months down the road.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. All right. Well, it was a very nice video.
All right.
Yep. Have a good one.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you too.
I'm the prosthodontist. So I'm the specialist who's dealing with teeth reconstruction and the full mouth restoration. So I get that you're gonna take and you're gonna extract the upper teeth and have a new set of teeth, the all-on next.
Yeah. So originally we were doing all-on-4s on both arches.
Okay.
But I just had a question because we rushed through it so quickly at the other surgeon. If there was a different treatment plan that might save some of the healthy teeth on the bottom, or whether it would just be a more prudent treatment plan to just do both arches.
I see. Okay. For that, there is because I can see from now, like from the x-rays, that we have some missing back teeth from here. And then from this side, we have one good one that has a crown on top. For these ones, I do like to have a back to posterior to this is how we call it. Posterior teeth support for the whole mouth. So for these ones, they definitely gonna have to be extracted normally and get really good clean, have a clean area over there so that we can place an implant afterwards. And a crown on top of it so you can bite with the back teeth. It's very, very important to have back support. That's why. On this side, we want to make sure that this tooth that has the crown on top doesn't have any issues. That's why I wanted to have like a closer look with the x-ray. Do you have any pain or any...
Not on that crown, no.
Not on that specific tooth. Okay. And then except for that, I can also see that we have some 1-2 feelings here and there that I'm going to check out to see how these are looking. And overall the bite. But really, really important for me that you get an implant here, at least one.
Yeah.
So that we can have back support on the right side as well.
Yeah, because this tooth was a root canal and had a crown, and the crown fell out.
Yeah.
This side is where the infection's at.
Over there.
Yeah. So the infection is here.
Yes.
And then that other tooth is imploded. So you have 2 bad back teeth.
Yes. These have to be clean, implant placed there, and a crown on top of it. And on the other side that you have the crown, we just want to make sure that these tooth will be preserved with the crown on top. But let's see the others, and then we'll check what kind of treatment we can have for the bottom, or if we need any, what would that be? Can I lay you back a little bit? Do we have a mirror? No, I mean my mirror. Bite down line and open again. So I've seen these masks for so long, and I've been trying to treat with other treatments like crowns and everything. I'll tell you what's really the difficult part on your case. I'll show you the mirror so you can see. Whenever we have these teeth, you can hold it for me. Perfect. Whenever we have this exposed dentin, which is going down towards the gum line, it makes the tooth less able to be fixed. Why? Because this one will go down more and more just because it has the exposed dentin. Same with this one, this one. It started to be here a little bit, and over here we have that, and that which is also showing the dentin. Dentin is the layer that's underneath the enamel that whenever we get there, that can be worn down so easily because it's super soft. So that goes towards the nerve. If the nerve is exposed, as it happens with these ones, they are maybe already dead. Sometimes they're not, but when we have to do crowns and stuff, we want to make sure that nothing will be causing bacteria overload. So we have to do endo, crowns, and stuff like that. I would say because you have a lot of worn down teeth, over time, as I said, once we have something exposed, dentin exposed, that tooth, we know that it's going to progressively go down. So I would say we have a lot of teeth like that they need, an incredibly big amount of restoration that has to be done to restore them. It's gonna be risky to keep these teeth.
Okay.
When I say risky, we can do it. Even though I would say that the survival rates are not super, super good, just because when we have a super small tooth, getting an endo treatment, which is what an endo treatment is, and then a crown on top of it, and the crown will be quite big because we want to represent how the tooth was before it got worn down. That makes the tooth more risky to fractures because we have a big, long crown on top of it, so it creates more forces for the tooth. So a lot of times we have a lot of these teeth. We want to make sure that they can get the initial situation back. And we have a lot of teeth. We don't want to do it each and every one of them because if something fails, then we have to go implant. And then if the next one fails, we have to do another implant there. So in my case, and I've seen a lot of these, if we have a lot of worn down teeth that they are at that extent very close to their roots, the survival rates are really good with getting all the teeth fixed all at once with an All-on-X. Because of that risky process of getting each and every one of them fixing one by one, and then you never know when you're going to have to remove that tooth eventually and place an extra implant.
Okay.
It's going to be more cost effective for you, and also the time consuming on getting the endo, and then for me to prep and do the crowns on top of it, it's going to take more time. And I would say that if it's something that I know that would work 100% better, I would say do it. But the things that we want something to last long. It's not like something that we want to just permanently, temporarily fix.
Right.
It's something that we want to have. You know, you want to have a treatment as permanent as the upper.
No, I get it.
You know, and
So your opinion is it's probably better to do the lower arch too. Okay.
Yeah.
That's what I thought. I just wanted to make sure.
Long-term outcome will be done efficiently with the other.
That's fine.
Yeah. I would definitely say that. And I've done a lot of these cases that we've placing crowns on top of it, but I want to make sure that the tooth underneath is really in good standing. And in your case, I wouldn't say that they are.
Okay.
Because we have like a limit on the
That's fine.
tooth.
Yeah. I mean, my original treatment plan was to do all-on-4s on both arches. So
Yes.
I just want to make sure.
No, that to be honest, whenever we have tooth in the mouth, we're like, okay, let's double check it to make sure,
Right.
do we really need that or not, you know? So I really get it. And as long as like we're taking a closer look on what's in the mouth, then we can, let you know.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right.
But I'm very confident that this is going to be a good treatment for you.
Yep.
Long term as well.
Right.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. Thank you for your time.
All
It was
right,
nice
thank you.
meeting you. If you have any questions, just call and I can call you back, or you can tell Ronnie and he can call me. He can let me know and I can call
Okay.
you back.
All right.
Sounds
No
good.
problem.